All right. All right. Yeah. Let's leave today on a good note. Let's leave today on a good note. The only way I can leave today on a bad note is if I break my rules. If I take dumb trades, if I go on till. So kind of the only way I can leave today on a bad note. So if I take dumb trades, if I go on till. So kind of the only way I can leave today on a bad note. All right. Looking good. All right, what time is it? 33. All right. Looking good. All right, what time is it? 33. All right. All right, what was I going to do? Positive vibes. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, what the heck is going on now? Alright, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Alright, we got like a minute left for this 5-minute candle, and we shall see. We shall see. Alright, 30 seconds left. I think I can mark out the high pretty much. I think the high is already set. Looks like it. I'll redraw it if it ends up breaking through, but there's that high, and then pretty much the low is set too now. Pretty decent sized range, so that's good. I like to see a pretty big range. I don't like to see a tiny range. So we got the highs and lows of that 5-minute candle. There it is. Alright, we're above VWAP. I would like this thing to take out these lows more than the highs for now. Hopefully this thing can pull back, kind of take out those lows first. Alright, we're ripping for the highs. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let me see something real quick. See something right quick. Alright, we're looking good. Now we got, let's look on higher time frames, see what's going on. We'll start from the hourly chart and kind of work our way down to see what's going on. Alright. We had to bounce off this imbalance here, and then now we got pre-market highs up there. Kind of this pivot point level up here. We got those pre-market highs. In terms of, so we're bouncing off this imbalance. We bounced off this imbalance. Looks like we want to go for those highs. 15-minute chart. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty starting to break out. 5-minute chart. Not really too much to see right now. Still below that 5-minute range. Have not closed out of that range. We got a tiny imbalance. If this 5-minute candle can close up there to the downside. Yeah, bullish imbalance. All right. We got the close. Wow. Alright, we took out pre-market highs now. Pre-market highs have been taken out. Let's see what happens here. Now, I'm on my one set of accounts. If this thing really starts to break to the upside and continue ripping, we got all-time highs up there too. I'm gonna switch to my other accounts and see if I can... kind of what it looks like it's gonna be. Got a big move to the upside. Freaking. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is still ripping. Let me grab something real quick. All right. Got a bullish imbalance now. See what happens here. See what happens here. Looking like we may want to just rip for those highs. Question is, are we going to get a pullback? All right. Starting to get some sort of a pullback here. Let me try to scalp maybe this seeing if I could quickly take maybe a scalp on these. Very quick, like a 10-point scalp. This is my other accounts. Until we get a setup for the other accounts, I'll kind of try to scalp this. Let's see. Patience, patience. Oh crap, what did I do there? Looks like it wants to start. Gotta wait. Be patient. Oh crap, I almost bought. Damn. Yeah, it's in a range. It looks like it wants to pump for those highs though. It looks like it wants to pump for the highs. We'll see. Kind of maybe get a bounce off this top. We kind of did get a bounce already off the top top of that 5 minute. I was hoping for if I can get maybe a bigger pullback, maybe to the 350 range. But we'll see. The winning streak ended today, but funded again. Oh, nice. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. At least you got funded again. This thing's trying to. I forgot to check. Do we got news? Don't rip. Crap. Oh my gosh, it's ripping without me. I should have put the order in at the 50% mark. I was looking for this 350 area. I had my finger on the trigger hoping to get an order in at the 350 area. Looks like I should have just bought in at the center of that imbalance, like the middle of that imbalance. It's all right. Oh, that's what I was gonna check. News. At 9 well, Eastern. Let's see. The 10 a.m. Eastern time news. Yeah. Red folder, 10 a.m. $10 o'clock, yeah. Alright, well. Bummer. Yeah. I figured you were Central Time. It's 10 a.m. our time, Eastern. I guess you kind of would go by. You technically would go by Central because the futures market goes by Central Time. I think. Yeah, it looks like it wants to push to all-time highs. That sucks. This was a good trade. This was a pretty good trade too. This kind of bounce off this imbalance, top of the 5-minute range. Not a bad trade. And it's still ripping. Man. The breakout strategy? What breakout strategy? One minute shows a big gap. This big gap's already been filled. I mean, I have this gap too. I mean, they'll probably fill it, I would assume. But I mean, it could pull back and kind of tap into this gap right here. I mean, it's not a bad area potentially. It's just it's already pushed up so much. We're gonna get a pullback at some point, and it's like maybe you scalp this. Like if you scalp the 50% mark, let's see how it would work out. Like a quick 10-point scalp, but I would have preferred the first imbalance. The higher it gets, the more I don't want to, like, you know. How's the tournament? Oh, I'm done with it. I was thinking about, I'm done with it. I screwed up on it. I accidentally took, well, I would have got stopped out anyways. But I took a short and went twice the size of what I should have. So I ended up blowing that account. Instead of going, I should have went 4 contracts. I went like 10 contracts. And the slightest pullback just stopped me out. And then I was thinking about resetting it today, but I was like, I'm honestly, I'd rather buy an evaluation for the money. Like I could have reset. I still had a reset, but holy crap. I'd rather buy an evaluation and actually make it count, because then I'm just gonna reset it, and then what? After today, it's gonna be done, and the chances of me getting first place is like very low. So alright, let's see if maybe I'll take a trade on my other accounts. I'll just have to size down probably. It's a lower quality, you know, setup, but alright, we'll see. Maybe I get gonna be obviously. Oh crap! I keep doing that. All right, we'll see. Kind of got view up here. This is a lower. If this ends up actually setting up, lower kind of quality setup. So I'll take it on lighter size. We'll see. We got view up there, so this is automatically kind of a lower quality trade, but I'm willing to take it. It is what it is. Still lower quality trade, so a lot lighter size on this than normal. Not a lot lighter, but lighter. Let's see. Alright, kind of, there's the entry. We do got gaps to the upside. Kind of targeting maybe this, like, low down here. So that would be kind of Kind of a 1-to-1 trade. 1-to-1. Expecting possibly back into the range. Kind of took it off this very tiny gap. Got some imbalances to the upside. Hoping that this thing could roll over kind of for that low down there before it rips back up for that all-time high. Now, this is a lower quality. Obviously, we're bouncing off VWAP to 200. So, we do have a lot of support down here. So, that's why I'm saying it's a lower quality. It has to get through VWAP, and really sellers have to start to step in and push it through that 200 and the VWAP. So, but at the same time, we do got a lot of imbalances to the upside, right? Bearish imbalances. So, I'm thinking it could. Like, I'm willing to take the trade, right? Just because it's a little bit lower quality, a little bit lighter size, but I'm willing to do it. Willing to try it out just for it to 1-to-1. Quick, if it wasn't for that VWAP in the 200s supporting it right there, it would look a lot better. But we need a lot of sellers to step in and really move this thing down. We got news, so hopefully I can get out of this before news. Did I put my stop in? I gotta make sure I have my stop in. Nope, I don't. Wow. Alright. Stop is obviously above the highs is my stop. So we'll see. I think we could potentially, we took out those highs. Now we're going for maybe a next level of, liquidity. So taking out those highs, we could take out the lows before we start moving back up again. That's kind of my idea, is hoping that price pushes down and takes out the lows. News is at 10 a.m. News is in like 6 minutes. So hopefully this thing can start dumping before news comes out. That would be my ideal thing. So sellers trying to step in here. We're at VWAP. Question is, can they push it through VWAP? Sellers stepping in aggressively. I like to see that. Every time buyers step in, sellers take over really aggressively. So I think looks like we want to go for that low, to be honest with you. The way price is moving, looks like it wants to go for that low over there. See, we got to break. We just got to break through VWAP. Once we can get through VWAP in the 200, we're looking pretty good. It's not petroleum news. We got... What do you mean petroleum news? Oh, it is petroleum. You're right. It is petroleum. I didn't even notice. Oh, that's not petroleum. It's prelim. Bro, I can't read. It's prelim. I think it'll have an effect on the market. Prelims have an effect. But you made me read it as petroleum. All right, NASDAQ. It's starting to get a little more volatile. So it looks like this news could affect the way price starting to move right before news comes out. Starting to get a little more volatile. And we got to keep this as kind of support. And I'd see it. This has to hold as, resistance. Has to kind of hold as resistance and start rejecting off this. And kind of making a new lower high. Right? And we got a bearish gap right there too. So price does have a lot of things to get through at the same time to go to the upside. Right? We got this resistance, got this bearish. But bouncing off of VWAP, which is that's the only thing that kind of makes this a lower quality, is having to get through VWAP in the 200 is going to be very difficult, and I understand that. So I understand the risk of it potentially bouncing there, which it tried to bounce there. You see it tried to bounce. Question is, can sellers really step in aggressive enough to push it through? What type of news affects the market? Typically yellow and red folder, or I mean orange. Orange and red folder news on Forex Factory will typically have an effect on the market. I'm still bullish. Yeah, I mean, overall, it could, I mean, we got highs up there, right? We got all-time highs. I figured it could push, it could take out the lows before it rips to those highs again. We already took out pre-market highs and kind of ripped below. We're still below that level of pre-market highs. We're right below pre-market high level, so we'll see. This thing could rip to the upside. I mean, I understand that. I understand the risk I'm taking while taking this trade. Two minutes till news. Maybe a rule I need to make for myself is not to short into VWAP. I don't know. It's like, I know it's a lower quality, or stay out of it. I don't know. I size down, but at the same time, is it worth taking even on smaller size if it's a lower quality setup? I don't know. Now this thing's trying to... Yeah, I went short. I'm short. Five seconds till news. 5, 4, 3, 2. Getting some volatility stepping in here. Pretty volatile. Looks like this thing wants to rip to the upside. Bummer. We'll see. Got my stop in just in case. It is what it is. But, come on, sellers. Come on! Buyers having trouble here. Buyers having trouble. As long as we keep it below this imbalance here, we're looking pretty good. Once we start inversing this gap, it starts to look pretty ugly. So far, still getting a rejection. There's that rejection. We got to keep it going, keep it dumping. Now, it did have a little bit of an impact. It did move. You could see when news comes out and it gets like starts getting volatile. You could see it's having an impact, but. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh. All right, let's get through VWAP. There it is. Boom! Boom, baby! Keep it pushing. Don't bounce here. Do not do not bounce here. I repeat, do not bounce here. You better not bounce here. Bruh. 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 Oh gosh, it better not sweep these lows and run. Trying to hold VWAP. We're right below VWAP. Right, like in between VWAP and the 200. Right in the middle. Ah, you son of a... News was prelims. kidding me, man. Sellers are coming in pretty aggressive. I gotta say that. Sellers are very aggressive here, so as long as we could stay aggressive, we're looking pretty good. Every little push up gets sold off immediately. So we're looking good. As long as nothing changes here. Come on, dump it. Dump it. Dump it. Dump it, dump it, dump it, dump it. Dump it. You son of a gun. You son. I'm on Ninja Trader using Rhythmic and Tradeovate. Alright, come on. You can't do it. You can't do it. We're going down. We're going down, down, baby. Down, down, baby. Ready to love it. First time we're taking the same trade. Dump it for me. Hurry up. Hurry up. Bruh. Dump it. Hurry. Oh my gosh. Every time he gets to view up. This is exactly why, like, I hate buying, I hate shorting or buying, like, near view up. Chop happens. When we're far away from view up and I get a setup, amazing, right? Straight to target, no problems. When I get this kind of crap, you get just bouncing around view up because obviously buyers try to step in, sellers try to take over, and you get this chop near view up. It's that volume weighted average price, so it's like a pretty balanced price area, so it tends to move sideways until one direction takes over, right? Until bears or bulls take over. Bears are trying to take over. I mean, they're fighting for it. Fighting for it. Fighting for it. Who's gonna give up first? Who's gonna give up? Who's gonna give up? Ugh, come on. Anxiety. I think it's gonna drop. I really do. The way this price is moving, I think it's gonna drop. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Oh my god. We had such a nice push down. It couldn't push a little bit lower. Got so close to my market's starting to shift. I mean, we're getting higher lows, right? High, higher low, potentially another higher low here if it fills this imbalance here and starts dumping, or not, and it starts ripping and it tears my face off. New to futures trading. I'm liking options trading for years. Yeah, I used to trade options until I moved to futures. Now I'm a futures. Especially with prop firms, there's so much opportunity in futures with prop firms and everything. So, yeah, baby. Higher low, higher low. As long as we keep dumping it, we gotta get through that freaking view op. Ugh. Damn. Just went long? Well, we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, that's another thing. It's all-time highs. I do believe it'll rip to the upside. I just think it'll take out those lows before it rips to the... Or at least what I'm hoping is it takes out those lows before it does rip back to the upside. That's what I was hoping for. Because you're at work? I'm done. Went long 5 minutes after a market open. Yeah, as long as you follow your strategy. If you took a trade and you made money and you didn't have any strategy, well, it don't really matter at the end because you're gonna lose that money. But if you had a strategy and you went long and it worked out, that's awesome. Could definitely be happy about that. Like I said, the only way I could really be mad today is if I don't follow my strategies. If I break my rules, start over trading, start being stupid. It's the only way it could be a bad day. Like, having a losing trade doesn't mean it's a bad day. Just mean the system didn't work today. Strategy didn't work today. So, it is what it is. And I will, like, if this doesn't work out, I will look at what I could have done, you know, differently. What I could have done to maybe stay out of the trade. Paying attention. I mean, we are bouncing off view op, so that is a thing why I sized down a little bit. Maybe I should, you know, not have taken the trade at all if we're doing that. So, we'll see. When one thinks a move is obvious, just do the opposite. Yeah, sometimes that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I could sit here and say, oh, it's obviously there's a view op, it's bouncing off view op, it's gonna go up, right? Doesn't mean that all the time, right? How many people are taking longs right now thinking that this is gonna rip to the upside and then it ends up dropping all the way, you know, down? I mean, we are getting, you know, We are getting lower, like the structure you see is changing, right? We're getting a high, lower high, lower high. Potentially, if this starts rejecting, see, we keep getting lower highs, which is a good sign. Which is a very good sign that it's bearish. I'm not going to get too happy yet until it really starts breaking view up, because it could just bounce here again. This happened already, where we got a massive sell-off and then they pushed it back up. Once it starts breaking that gold line and starts holding, then I'm going to start getting excited. But, you know, it's looking good. Another lower high, right? Another lower high, another lower high. So sellers are really being aggressive, and you can kind of see that when you watch price action. You can kind of see sellers being pretty aggressive. Every time it pushes up a little bit, sellers take over, right? And you can kind of see the movement of the candle, how when the candle pushes up, it gets a big pump back down. So you can kind of see that if you watch the candles. See that? Little push up and then right back down. See that? Buyers step in and immediately it switches from green to red. It's a good sign when I see that. I hate seeing that when it's going against me, but when it's going for me, that's a good sign. Like, buyers push it up and immediately sellers take over very aggressively. All right, we're below view op. At this point, we're below view op now. Starting to look ugly for the bulls. A lot of bulls are getting scared. They're getting scared. They're like, oh shit. They're pounding their desks. Papers are flying. They're exiting their positions. Bears are taking over. It's getting ugly. The bulls are getting stopped out. Oh no, it's a bad Friday for them. The market is tanking. We're going lower. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Now I gotta pay attention to, should I have left a runner? Right? I'm gonna pay attention to the data. Should I have left a runner on this or taking full profits? That's the one thing that's been really bugging me in my trading, is to leave a runner or not to leave a runner. What do y'all think? Should I have left a runner? We are below view op, so we have room to the downside. We do have room. Any trades today? I literally just exited a trade. My take profit was right there at body candle lows. Right where my cursor is where my take profit was. That's my thing. I've been closing all the way out as well. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Hear me out. Hear me out. Here's the thing where I've been thinking about this. So I take 1-to-1 typically, right? Typically, sometimes a little better, sometimes a little worse, but on average, 1-to-1 trades, base hit trades. If I leave a runner, let's hypothetically say, right, I target $400 per trade. If I leave a runner, and let's say the runner ends up hitting, typically I'll make an extra maybe $100. So if I leave a runner, it hits the TP for the runner, I make 500 instead of 400. But on the flip side, right, if the runner gets stopped out break even, I'm not making 400, I'm making 300. Right? Versus if I would have just took profit, full profit, I would have made 500. So what I'm going at is, I almost feel like for me leaving a runner, yes, I'm going to have those trades with the higher P&L days, but I think it ends up balancing itself out in the end. Meaning, because I'm going to have days where it gets stopped out break even, hits the runner, and it's just like, in the end, I feel like it's the same thing as if I just took full profit. I think the only time it makes a real difference is if the runner is like a big runner and it ends up hitting like a crazy RR, like, you know, way down there, lows way down there. But you have to wait, right? It's not going to shoot down there. You get stuck in chop. You end up sitting half the day waiting for that runner to hit TP. So I'm leaning more to just take full profit. Like, look what happens, right? It took me out of my short, right? It filled me, and look at now. It's ripping back up. And my entry, probably looking like it could get stopped out at break even if I had a runner. I don't know. Did you restart the tournament? No, I didn't do it. I figured, I was debating about it if I should, I was like, it's stupid to do. I mean, let's be honest. Even if I take scalps all day, I'm not making $76,000 in a day. So I just figured it's just a waste of money. Just resetting it, and then what? Maybe I get like 30th place if I really push it. But it's not going to do anything for me. I get 30th place, oh well. Then it's over and I get nothing, right? Versus I would rather take that, I would rather spend today on my accounts, like today, right? Spent it on actually my accounts that matter and had a W trade. And actually now this trade actually matters for my accounts. Versus it being wasted on a tournament account that is not going to make any difference for me. And the other thing is, I could use that money that I would spend for a reset, and I could just buy another evaluation and copy trade it to have more accounts. So I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to. I don't want to waste today. And it was a good decision because it took a good trade on my on the accounts that actually matter. No, so I have two groups of accounts. I have two different strategies that I use. Two separate strategies. Like one of the strategies, the other... So this strategy worked out. The other strategy also worked out, but I didn't take it. I should have took it at the 50% mark. I was going to take it down here, but looking back... So the other strategy is kind of like... What I've been kind of paying attention to is that when we break out of this 5-minute range, if we get like a big bullish imbalance like that... I typically like to quick scalp. And when I say quick scalp, I mean like a 10-point scalp. So what I look for is, right, price to kind of retrace into that imbalance and spike up quickly 10 points for me to, you know, just a quick profit on those accounts. So that's the other strategy that I kind of use. So what I'm going at is I have these 7 evaluations that I'm literally almost past. I have a little bit more, and these evaluations are going to be passed. And then I have 10 funded accounts that I use this other strategy. So I have 10 funded accounts with one strategy, and I have 7 evaluations that I'm trying to pass with another strategy. So technically I have 17 funded accounts, but I copy trade 10 at once and the other 7 at once. So 2 groups of different accounts for 2 different strategies. And that's what I recommend, is if you have different strategies, use different accounts. Don't use different strategies for one account. And obviously, if you're still like learning how to trade, you know, don't have multiple strategies, because that's more of like when you've already figured out a strategy you're confident in, and you kind of look for other strategies. But I would stick, like if you're beginning to trade, I would stick to one strategy. So see, look what would have happened. Actually, no, I wouldn't have got stopped out yet, or break even. See, look, if I would have left a runner, look how close I would have been to getting stopped out break even if I left that runner. It's just, I don't think it's worth it for me to leave runners. And the trailing drawdown, if you leave a runner, get stopped out break even, and your account's at an all-time high, trailing drawdown doesn't affect too much on a runner, but you know, it still could. So I can get Apex as well, can copy trade with TPT. Yeah, so the way I do it, right? So I have, so you can, when you buy a PropFirm account, you could use Tradevate and Rhythmic, right? There are two different data connections. I think there's another one too, but the two most popular, everyone knows obviously, Tradevate and Rhythmic connections. So I have Ninja Trader. And I think on Ninja Trader, you can only have one Rhythmic connection, but you can have multiple Tradevate connections. So the way I do it is my Apex accounts are a Rhythmic connection for my Apex accounts. Then I have Take Profit Trader accounts, right? And my Take Profit Trader accounts are a Tradevate connection. So that's how you can use, for example, Ninja Trader, and you can have Apex accounts, and you can have Take Profit Trader accounts, and you can copy trade those accounts. I can even get more accounts. I can even get Tradeify accounts, right? And then I can copy trade Tradeify accounts, Take Profit Trader accounts, and Apex accounts all on one copy trader. So I have one Rhythmic connection, and then I have multiple Tradevate connections that you can add on top. Is a runner a trail stop? I mean, a runner could be a trailing stop if you make it a trailing stop, or when I was leaving runners, I didn't have them as trailing stops. When I left a runner, pretty much I would have, right, you would have a profit target, and like you think price is gonna go maybe to these lows, so you leave a runner, you kind of leave a runner maybe for these lows down here, and then typically you would put the stop at break even just in case, because you don't want to lose money on the runner, right? Like worst case scenario, hits your runner TP. Best case scenario hits TP. Worst case scenario, you get stopped out. Now, could you trail your runner stop? Yeah, you could. You could move your stop down, and kind of trail it. It's up to you. I mean, that could be a smart move to do. So you don't kind of, you kind of leave a runner just in case this thing ends up flushing. And then you kind of put your stop just in case it has a pump back up like this. So you at least take, that's actually not a bad idea. Now that I think about it, it's not a bad idea potentially to say you get filled on your full position down here, right? Full position fill down here, and then you leave one runner just in case this flushes for the lows, and you have maybe a take profit down at the lows to try to squeeze out as much as you can out of this trade. And then maybe you have like a trailing stop kind of above this line. I mean, yeah, you're giving away some profits, but you're kind of securing, you know, just in case this thing ends up flushing. But I'm more leaning toward just taking full profits. I don't want to get greedy. I just want to, like, this kind of crap. Me noticing I'm very good with taking profits, and like what you'll notice if you watch me trade, what you'll notice is stuff like this happen, right? Look where I took profits. That line you see on my chart right there, that's where my take profit was. That line is where my take profit was. It literally ticked my take profit and then ripped right back to the upside. So that's why this doesn't happen, like this happens pretty often, right? Because my take profits are at very specific areas in the market. I'm not just, my take profit isn't at an area just because it's a 1-to-1 or just because it's a 1-to-2. Like, I put my take profits at a very specific level. It's very specific. So that's why you see this kind of crap happen, where it'll hit my take profit and then rips immediately to the upside. Like, I couldn't have had a better take profit than that. And that's kind of where, in trading, the hardest part is the discretion part. This kind of discretion is what separates good traders from bad traders. Where your take profit is, where your stop loss is, that makes a massive difference, right? This would have been a difference between potentially me making money on this trade and me losing money on this trade based just on the take profit area. Like, if I would have had my take profit like some traders do, right? Some traders love to have their take profits at the very low. If I would have had my take profit at the very low, well, I still would have been in this trade, potentially almost getting stopped out. Sorry. I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to answer. It's just sometimes I start talking and the chat keeps moving and I'll miss your question. All right. Said, I need help. Have you traded? Yes, I took a trade. I took a short. I don't know what to do. I'm trading gold. Gold is, from what I know, I never traded gold, but gold is very volatile. You got to be very careful with gold. I mean, your sizing has to be correct. If you're oversizing with gold, you can get wrecked very fast. You buy 1 micro at the lows? Well, my position sizing depends solely on how much I'm risking per trade in the trade setup. That's why sometimes, if you notice, sometimes I'll take 4 micro contract trade. Sometimes I'll take a 7 micro contract trade, and sometimes I'll take a 2 micro. It just depends on how much I'm needing to risk based on where my stop needs to be to invalidate the trade, and I size according to where my stop needs to be and how much I want to risk per trade. I don't want to risk more than 400 per trade, right? So if my stop needs to be at a certain area, I calculate how much I need in order for me to only risk 400 or only risk 300. Crap, this inactivity crap again is on TikTok. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm bad at trading. Trust me, we were all bad at trading. I was horrible at trading in the, you know. Trust me, Matt, we were all bad at trading at one point. There's no such thing as a trader who starts trading who's like amazing at trading. We all suck at trading in the beginning. But you stick to it long enough and you begin to learn from your mistakes and you get better and better and better and better. Your risk management gets better, your psychology gets better, your trading discipline everything gets better over time. As long as you learn from your mistakes. Now, if you're someone who just refuses to pay attention to what you're doing wrong, well, then you could be stuck in the same level for years upon years. That's how you see people 8 years trading and not being profitable. Because they don't learn from their mistakes. Remember, I know I say this like almost every live, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing expecting different results. So, if you're not learning from your mistakes, keep on making the same mistake, well, guess what? Nothing's going to change. I opened 4... why you think... QQQ. Hold on, let me quickly, I got the puzzle, so it may work this time. Sometimes it works good and... Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I'll answer the questions. All right, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I literally solved the puzzle and it said error. I did message TikTok, but what I'm gonna do this weekend, I'm getting Windows for my Mac. So my plan this weekend is to actually get Windows parallel for Mac and then do it that way so I don't have to go through this bullcrap every time. So hopefully the stream is going to be way better on Monday if everything works out. Why do you think QQQ? Why do you think it's going down? I mean, my strategy set up, so I just took it. All I can do is follow my strategy, right? I don't really have a bias when when the market opens. I'm not biased at all. I trade what the market gives me. What I can kind of see what the market maybe wants to do, like according to my strategy. And all I can do is follow my strategy. Either I take a trade or I don't take a trade. If there's a trade set up, I take it. If there's nothing, I don't take it. Instead of a runner, you flip your position and buy one contract. Yeah, that honestly could be a strategy. That's honestly, yeah, that could be. Because if you like think about it, you're at a support. Typically, you're taking profits. Like if you're shorting, you're taking profits at a support level. So if you flip your runner, but you would have to why not just get out of full position and then get in one micro contract as a runner to the upside? That honestly, I mean, that could be someone's strategy. That could work, honestly. Because then you have a big profit target for your runner to the highs. CM? What's CM? Can I fix this? First of all, you shouldn't be trading with actual money if you're still learning. You should only be trading in a sim account if you're still learning. Please do not trade with real money if you're still learning. You can do a prop firm, like a very cheap evaluation that you blow, you don't care. But please do not trade with real money if you're still learning. That's like a big no in trading. Like when you're learning, you're going to lose money. Like you're going to, so the best idea is to trade a sim account. So when you do lose money, it's fake money and not real money. Until you have a strategy that you're confident in, that you can get an evaluation, pass it, get funded, right? I don't think anyone should be trading a live account until maybe, you get put in a funded account and you've taken out hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you've proven to yourself you could really trade, and then you can go to a live account. All right, my account is about to get ended because I didn't solve the thing, so I'm gonna just create a new live right away. I'll be back in like a couple minutes, less than a minute. I'll be back. Hello? Alright, sorry. Why is my phone still not? Alright. Shook took profits. When you took profit, I was up. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have my profits at very, specific levels. I mean, you still have, look at this drop. I mean, it's still possible it could go down, but pay attention to the 15-minute. Here, let me go. The only thing is the 15-minute, if you look at it, right, we're kind of this would kind of, we're getting, all these wicks are kind of, that's the only thing that sucks. This 15-minute, there's a lot of wicks. But it may be just better at this point. Maybe to take a break-even trade here. If you're like still in the trade and you didn't take profits, it may be better just to take a break-even trade and just come back. The last thing you want to do is be greedy and then just like, if it didn't work, you took the wrong profit target. Better to be break-even than to lose money. I mean, that's my opinion. That's probably what, like, I don't know if... It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. But... what does all that mean? All the wicks? Well, so when you pay attention, right? All these wicks to the upside, that means there's a lot of aggressive buying pressure here, right? That means every time price came down here, buyers stepped in aggressively. Right? Price came down, buyers stepped in aggressively. Price came down, buyers stepped. So when buyers keep stepping in aggressively, you get these wicks. Which is, this is a sign of bullishness, right? This is pretty bullish. That's not to say that price can't come back down and just flush. But this is pretty bullish. Like when you look at, when a trader looks at these kind of charts, right? This typically looks pretty bullish. On a higher time frame, like picture. Meaning that we could rip to the upside. That is possible. I have one funded account and one eval. Should I pass the eval or trade on funded started 6 months ago? Well, I would say when I have evals and I have funded accounts, like, it's best to pass your eval because, right, because you're paying a monthly subscription for that eval. So your funded accounts, I mean, if you took the lifetime activation, you're not paying anything for those funded accounts, right? Those are kind of like, you're not paying anything per month, but you're paying per month for the eval. So you kind of want to get that eval passed. So, you know, that should be your focus. If you have funded accounts and you have evals you're trying to pass, your focus should be on your evals to get those passed, so you don't have to pay anymore. So, all right, we're starting to drop. Bruh. Get out of here. But you're going to get banned for saying that kind of crap. I teach you how to trade without risk. Bruh, that doesn't exist. Blocked. Bro, when people try to give stupid advice like that, you're getting blocked. I can take... Did I block you or... Oh, I did block you. I can take trolls, right? You can make fun of me, you can troll me, I don't care. But when you try to give dumb advice to people and try to scam people, all right, that's too far, right? You're getting blocked for crap like that. I know, like, some people would be like, who would fall for that? But there are people who fall for that kind of stuff. I can teach you how to trade with zero risk. Sorry to break it to you, but that doesn't exist. It's impossible. But so the thing is, some people could fall for, like, some people that don't know about trading, they could be like, oh man, that's awesome, you know? I can learn how to do this, I can make crazy money with no risk? Why not? Click on the link in the bio. And then they end up getting scammed. So, please don't fall for that kind of stuff. Also, another thing, I will never ask you for money. If there's ever an account, you know, asking for anything, I will never ask you for money. I will never message you, like, so. Please never send anybody your money, I don't care who it is, that you don't know. Never send somebody your money you don't know. Sometimes to take it out and let it rest on the charts. It guides me. Wait, what are you talking about? How do you win 140% of your trades? I don't think that's mathematically possible. Do you have some trades on like the black market that... Maybe you have some trades on like some secret exchange market. I have a clone. 140% of my trades. Yeah. 140% win rate, baby. Bro's trading on some kind of like secret exchange. He has a 100% win rate on the actual market. And then the other market, he has a 40% win rate. Ripping again to the upside. Man, I'm glad I took profits when I took profits. What the heck? Someone bit me. In your opinion, what's the best app for day trading for someone who travels? To be honest, I wouldn't recommend an app like at all. I would recommend doing it on a laptop. App is just too, I don't know. I've never tried it, but I feel like app would be too difficult of like actually being, you know, charting good and like. I feel like you should, if you want to like trade, I think you should trade on a laptop. Like if you're serious about like learning how to want to trade, wanting to learn how to trade. Dang, that was a brain fart. If you're really serious about wanting to learn how to trade, I mean, I think you should start, you know, take it seriously. Like actually have a laptop, like, you know. But there are brokerages that do have, like, they do have mobile. I think Ninja Trader has mobile. The problem is when you trade with a prop firm, I don't think you could trade mobile. I'm not 100% sure, but... I got cooked. Yeah, try to figure out, like... Every losing trade, do what I do. Try to figure out if you did something wrong. And it's possible that you could have done nothing wrong. Your goal is to try to learn something from your losses. That's your goal. Oh, you can? Okay, maybe you can. I'm not. Yeah, I don't. I never traded with prop firms on a mobile. Like I never even wanted to. Having a computer and actually, you know, being able to scroll through different time frames easily and place trades easily, like. I feel like on a mobile device, it's very easy to push the wrong button or something, or accidentally put more contracts in. Bro, I had one time I had bought a mouse, right? It was like an expensive mouse, but this mouse glitched sometimes. Like, I don't know why it would do that. And so I don't even buy expensive mouses anymore. That was like the most garbage thing, and it was expensive. And what would happen is, with my sizing, like your order quantity, sometimes I would click once, but the mouse would click twice. And so I had times where when I would go in for my order quantity, I would accidentally, like, I would want to get in 5 micros, and then the mouse would click twice, so it would get me in 10 micros. And then I'm sitting there, I'm in a trade. I'm like, why the hell is my P&L moving so fast, and I have some crazy risk? And I look over and I'm in like 10 contracts deep. And I ended up throwing that mouse away. And just after that, I just bought cheap mouses. Cheap mouses, and I've never had an issue anymore. But yeah, it was like, but I think that can happen on a phone too, you know, like maybe the order quantity is so tiny on a phone that you try to push once and, you know, you accidentally get filled more, or it's hard to get, like, you're trying to do a limit order and it's very hard to put the exact price you want, versus a mouse, you can exactly click exactly the price. So you could try it out. You could do whatever, you know, try it out, but you can, same website you use for your laptop. Look at Safari. On Safari on your phone. Yeah, like, it's not something I even want to do. Like, if I was traveling, like, worst case scenario, if I was traveling and I wanted to trade, I would just take my laptop with me and use a hotspot or something. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I think it wants to go for those highs, but I knew, I was like, I figured it could get a push down. Like, we took out pre-market highs up there. I figured we can get like a pretty big retracement, maybe take out some levels before we start moving back up to those all-time highs. It's exactly what it did. Like, I only look at NASDAQ. I don't look at individual stocks or any, like... I just know how NASDAQ moves. I was practicing with Webull. Can't figure out how to make the amount of the trade smaller. There should be... I mean, it should be in your, like, order DOM, where you have your DOM, right? Typically when you have your DOM, where you have your buy market, sell market, buy ask, limit orders, like, you have all those options where you can, it should be right there. Where you click buy market, or you, all that, it should be right next to that. But these sellers be stepping in pretty aggressively. Like, look at these, like, pay attention to these, like, little, you know, little buy-ups, and then sellers immediately take over. But we are above VWAP at this point, right? We are above. We're kind of entering in that chop. We got 10 minutes till 11 o'clock. We got 10 minutes till 11, so we're kind of getting that. I mean, we've been chopping all morning, so getting into that area of chop, chop, chop. Worst thing is getting stuck in chop. That sucks. I had the freaking perfect exit. Bro, what are you, come on, man. Please, what links are you? Please do not click on that link. Bro, you're banned. Banned. Blocked. So one thing I don't put up with is scammers. You can troll me, do whatever you want. If you're a scammer, you're getting banned. Any kind of links, any kind of BS advice that shows me you're a scammer, you're getting the banned hammer on you. Uh-oh. The shorts may be still in play. Hey bro, how do we check our balance on a Rhythmic account? I'm funded but want to check P&L. There are two ways to check your P&L. It depends on Rhythmic account. Now, I don't know if you're trading using NinjaTrader. You typically could check it on your brokerage. Like, I could check it on my NinjaTrader right now. You also could check it on your desktop. Typically, if you have a prop firm, you could usually log in. You should be able to log into your prop firm account, like your account on the prop firm, and go into your dashboard, and you could see your P&L that way. Or you can, when you bought Rhythmic accounts, you know how you have the Rhythmic data thing, like the Rhythmic app thing on your desktop or whatever, where you log into your Rhythmic and you can actually go into your Rhythmic dashboard, and it'll have your accounts there. You should actually always. I have my Rhythmic. I have a Rhythmic app on my phone, and I already have it preset to log in. So all I have to do is push login, and it'll log into my Rhythmic dashboard, and I could see my P&L for my accounts through the app on my phone. But I also use that just in case my internet goes out. You should always have a backup, right? Just in case my internet goes out, I can quickly go on my phone, log into my Rhythmic, and flatten all my accounts. So if I'm in a trade and my internet goes out, I can, within less than a minute, I can go on my phone and flatten every single account on my Rhythmic. So you should always have a backup just in case you don't want to be caught, you know. You don't want to be caught in a trade and your internet goes out and now you're screwed. Like, you always want to back up. That's something you want to pay attention to. But yeah, there are like 3 different ways to check your P&L. Dashboard P&L is probably one of the easiest ways, other than checking it on your actual brokerage. All right. What do the candles tell you about where it's going? Well, all the candles are telling you is buying and selling pressure, right? Right? All a green candle means is buyers closed it higher than price opened. So, right, this candle's green because price opened up down here and closed down here, right? What does this candle tell you? Price opened up down here, right? Buyers pushed it all the way up here, right? And then sellers closed, and then it closed right there. It closed green, but you could see how much aggressive sellers stepped in right there, right? So that's all candles tell you. So when you look on a 15-minute time frame, right, and you kind of see, you see this on a 15-minute time frame where you see all these wicks, what does that mean? That means buyers just came down here, and every time buyers come down, they step in aggressively. So you're getting a lot of buying pressure down at this level. That's all that means. Same thing up here. What does this candle mean? Right, we got a lot of selling pressure up here. We kind of took out those highs, got a lot of selling pressure, and we started to drop. So candles will tell you what's happening in price, like what pretty much what buyers and sellers are doing, who's stronger, who's taking over. I go into I look at how candles move. Like when a candle is moving and I'm in a trade, I sometimes will even look how candles move, because sometimes when you pay attention to how candles move, now I'm not saying get scared out of a trade, right? Like, don't pay attention to how candles move and all of a sudden just exit out of the trade because you're scared or whatever, right? But sometimes I'll notice, like today even, in the morning when I was in that trade, what gave me a little bit of confidence was every time like candle would open up, it would start pushing green, 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 and it would go boom and just get sold off immediately. So you can kind of see that buyers are stepping in and then sellers step in super aggressive. And then it kind of goes sideways, sideways. Buyers step in, step in, step in. Buyers are slowly stepping in, and then sellers step in very aggressively. So you pay attention to stuff like that, and it gives you a little more confidence. You can see how aggressive the sellers are just by looking at the candles and how they move. You can also look at level 2, but I don't do that. I just pay attention to the candle. How far are we from highs? All-time highs are at 25,394. 25,394. So 25,000. So we're literally almost at all-time highs. This candle almost took out all-time highs. So I'll mark it out on the chart. 25,000. Oh, we're dropping. Whoever's in that trade still. Hopefully you're... There's all-time highs up there. I marked it out. Holy dumparooski. Whoa! It's the end of the world! The end is near! What is going on? Bro, who broke the market? What's happening? Holy crap! I wish I had a runner. Wow. Someone broke the market. We're dropping. Is there a war going on? Did Trump announce World War III? What the hell just happened? Bro, we're getting super volatile. Bro, did somebody tweet something? I gotta put a TV with like news right there. Just in case. Look at that crap. Holy crap, we're going down. Wow, I wish I had a runner. Dang it. Bro, if I had a runner at all time, if I had a runner at the very top, I would be up a crazy amount right now. Warren Buffett sold, yeah. Dang. That is wild. Wild. All right. Trying to see if there's any news or this was just like... Yeah, you can't really do that though. I know I say like... all you could do is have a plan. That's all you could do is have a... Holy crap, it's still going! What is going on? Bro! All you could do is follow your plan. Now, if you had a plan where you leave a runner, there is no, like, I don't know, man. How could you have predicted this? You cannot have predicted that. And this is also why you have a stop loss. This is a perfect example for somebody in a long why you have a stop loss. Always have a stop loss. That is like a holy thing in trading. Just imagine if somebody was in a long position, right? Say somebody was in a long position, they had their, and they did not have a stop below these lows right here, right? If they didn't have a stop loss and this thing tanked, at this point in price, they're like, oh crap, I'm gonna stop out. This thing's gonna push a little bit higher and I'm gonna stop out. Guess what? Nada. And this thing tanks. No stop loss, blown account. You have to have a stop loss. Worst case scenario, something like this, you probably will get slipped, right? If you have a stop loss, you may get slipped, you may get a worse fill, but like, at least you don't blow your account by not having a stop loss. So please, this is a perfect example for people why you should have a stop loss. Look at this crap. It's still dropping. Holy, still making lower lows. Bro, what is going on? Can somebody please tell me? Did Trump tweet something? I'm trying to find it. Like, I would assume something happened because when does the market ever just tank like that? It's possible, but I can't find anything. Let me know if you find something. Tariff talk? Bro, I feel like it's like, I feel like there's like some meteorite heading toward Earth, and every investor is just. I feel like it's the end of the world, bro. Look at this. Look. The end is near. Government shutdown. No, it's not the government shutdown. Government's already been shut down, unless something. That may just be natural price action. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything like breaking news in terms of like. I mean, some 15 minutes ago, news anchored, blah, blah, blah. White House turns to expand Abraham Accords after Israel and Hamas ceasefire. Nothing out of like 13 minutes ago. No. So it's all pretty good news about ceasefire and wild, wild, wild times. Well, if I was still in those if I still had that tournament account and I went short and just held all day, I would have freaking made over 100 grand. Like if I would have known just to go short maximum size. But sucks. Well, it doesn't suck for me, but I took the money. I took the money that I wanted, right? I made the money I wanted, followed my plan. Even if I would have left a runner, I would have got stopped out break even. I pay attention to this kind of stuff, so. What the heck? So, right, like, look at price, up here. Right? My runner would have still gotten stopped out. Even if I left a runner like I was thinking about, it would have got stopped out break even unless I had my runner at the highs. But I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to give away profit on a runner, right? Like meaning go into red on a runner. So me leaving it at break even, I still would have got stopped out before this big candle down. So that's wild. How many points is that? Look, in a matter of, let's count this. This is, I don't know if I can even count these boxes. All right. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. About 360 points in a matter of from 1058 to 1103. Over 300, around 360 points. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 360 points in a matter of 6 minutes. Tell me somebody blew their account without telling me somebody blew their account. All you have to do is show them this chart right here. Is this a good time to buy? Absolutely not. This is a horrible time to buy. This is the textbook definition of trying to catch a falling knife. Right? I don't know if you've ever heard that in the trading in the trading world. Do not catch a falling knife. This is a perfect example of trying to long this is literally the same as you trying to catch a falling knife. So the point is, let it fall. Don't try to catch it. Higher tariffs on China? Is it really tariff news? It's possible, because I remember tariff news. Tariff news screwed me up a little bit. This was like every day. This kind of price action was every single day during tariff news. You got wild swings like this. It really messed me up, personally. Sold by short position, 2 minis before that dump. Aw, dang. It's fine, though. That's all you could do is... One thing you don't want to do is see something like this, and then next time, you don't take profits because you're like, well, last time I took profits and the market dropped 350 points. Like, the times this happens, this is very rare for this to happen. So, you don't want to be in that mindset. Then you start, you know, trying to hold trades past profit target and starting to get greedy. It doesn't work in the long term. Take what you can get out of the market, what the market gives you. This kind of stuff that happens rarely, you can't do anything about it unless you maybe leave runners. But like, even in my case, right? Even if I had left a runner, I still would have got stopped out break even on that runner before this dropped. You just caught this? Bro, if you actually caught this if you caught this move, that is wild. That's a crazy move. Hopefully you had a plan. And then just, it's good I FOMO traded the second dump of the candle, ended in the green. And be careful with FOMO trading. Sometimes the market will bless you with a good trade, and then sometimes you FOMO trade, and that FOMO trade turns into a disaster. I guarantee you somebody FOMO traded to the longs. Imagine FOMO trading in longs and then this kind of dump happening. But it's still moving crazy. Is it really tariff news? Look how volatile this thing is. I wouldn't even trade this. This is way too volatile. Like, even one micro contract, it's still... I mean, that's pretty much what you would have to trade. Y'all say tariff news. I don't see anything really about tariff news. Yeah, biggest news are like 45 minutes ago. Alright. Oh, happening now. Oh, crap. Melania Trump announces her ongoing mission in Ukraine-Russian conflict. Okay. I doubt that tanked the market. That can't be it. First Lady working with Russia to reunite Ukrainian children with parents. That's good news. I don't know, guys. Is due to Trump's post before 5 minutes. Trump's post? What did Trump post? I thought I checked. I didn't see anything really out of the ordinary. Oh, 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago, Trump accidentally posted message pressuring Pam Bondi. That was an hour ago. How do you accidentally send a message? How do you type out a whole message and accidentally send it? Like, I don't have an account with True Social. The website's kind of looking weird. Oh, 15 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That's what happened. Finally, I found it. The Truth Social website's a little weird. It has ads in it. All right. Found it. Yeah, you guys are right. All right, so this is what Trump said. He tweeted this 15 minutes ago. Some very strange things are happening in China. They're becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each other, on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths and virtually anything else they can think of, even if it's not manufactured in China. Nobody has ever seen anything like this, especially. It would clog the markets and make life difficult for virtually every country in the world, especially for China. We have been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade hostility, and it just goes on. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's actually pretty long, but yeah, very negative news. So that's why. I gotta have some kind of alert thing. Like, okay, this happened. He posted this exactly 15 minutes ago. He posted this at 10:57 a.m. So let me see something. That red candle was at 10:57. So exactly. So there's no way of you being able to like the second that tweet came out, the market tanked like insanely. That's where you got this first leg candle down was the exact moment he tweeted that. The algorithm kicked in. The algorithms kicked in and wild ride. What a Friday. Holy crap. Dang it. If I was just like, if I knew this could happen, if somehow Trump would just let me know that he's going to do this. Can you imagine how much money you can make? This is why insider information is illegal. Like, imagine you're in a position where you know he's gonna tweet something like this, and you just go short like freaking you go short like an insane amount of money, and then you end up making freaking over $1 million in a day. But God, I hope this thing returns back to normal on Monday. I hope this negative tariff news doesn't continue making the market like this, because this is wild. I hate when we get these kind of crazy swings up and down. Yeah, Trump tweeted. Some very bad news about China, meaning like, so literally he said some very strange things are happening to China. They're becoming very hostile. Oh God. I'm sure people running Trump's trading accounts knew about it. I highly doubt Trump is even allowed to have any kind of like. That's crazy. If he's allowed to have any position, I don't care if it's investments in the S&P 500. I don't think he should have any kind of position in the market. Bro, when your words, any person who can say something like Jerome Powell, Trump, right? If you're somebody who could say something that moves the market hundreds of points, you should not be able to trade. Whales manipulate the market? I mean, they move the market. It's like, is there manipulation in the market? Yes, of course there's manipulation in the market. Whoever tells you otherwise just doesn't understand, like, how the market works. You can manipulate any kind of market with enough capital, right? It's the same thing as if there's a rare car. Let's say, hypothetically, speaking about cars, right? If there's a rare car, there's only 10 of this car ever made, right? Say there's 10 of the car ever made. If I have 10 cars, if I have the whole market of that car, I decide what that car is worth. So similar to the market, when you have hundreds of millions of dollars that you put in the market, what's gonna happen when somebody keeps buying million, a million, 20 million, 30 million? What happens when hedge funds buy insane amount of positions, right? Naturally, there's buying pressure. The market's gonna go up when somebody... So, what I'm going at is people who have crazy amounts of money are able to move the market. Why? Because they have crazy amounts of money to move the market. Now, is it that easy to where they could just move the market up? It's not that easy, right? If it was that easy, hedge funds would just always make money all the time. If they could just buy a massive position and it would go up, they make money and they would sell. God, this thing is... But what if we get a circuit breaker trigger on the market? That would be wild. How the market's down. If a circuit breaker would get triggered, bro, that would be wild. When's the last time? I think the last time a circuit breaker was during COVID. Last circuit breaker for NASDAQ was in COVID, yeah. So, it was March 18, 2020. Circuit breakers activated 4 different days. March 18th, 7%. COVID. We're down right now. We're down... Yeah, we're down 1.3%. We're down 1.3%. So put this into perspective. Last time circuit was during COVID, it was down 7%. This is only a 1.3% drop. COVID was crazy. But yeah, let this be like a perfect warning for people who like maybe just started trading. This is a perfect example, and I will say this again. I know I may be getting annoying about this, but like, this is a perfect example of why you have to have a stop loss. Have a stop loss. This is a golden rule of trading. Have a stop loss, because if you don't, look what can happen. How do I... Somebody... Oh. It's still going. We're still dropping. Market's tanking. Is there... Can you get a live cam of, like, the, trading, like, the, Wall Street? I wonder if I can pull up a live cam. Wall Street. I doubt it. Maybe there is. Street... Trading live cam. They don't have a... No. Dang it. I wish there was a live camera. Yeah, the falling knife, man. Could you catch a falling knife? Yeah, but what are the chances of you catching the falling knife versus the chances of you getting cut by the falling knife trying to catch it? I was in at the top. Bro, I took a short at the top. I was in short at the top of the move. And I was thinking about, that was funny. I was talking about possibly, like, there was possibly leaving a runner, but what would have bothered me if this thing would have dropped and, you know, and the runner wouldn't have got, but I took full profit and the runner would have got stopped out at break even, so it doesn't matter for me. It didn't matter even if I left a runner. So I'm happy about that. So do people like Warren Buffett know that this is going to happen? No, not this. There's no way he knows about this. Like, do you really think Trump is going to call Warren Buffett and tell him that he's going to, that this news is going to come out? He doesn't know. Actually, speaking of Warren Buffett, he's in a massive cash position right now. He just took out, he's sitting on like $200 billion cash, I think. Like, everyone loses, like, people don't realize Warren Buffett even lost money. He was involved, there was some kind of thing, he invested in this company, it was like a scam company, and he lost like over $100 million in that company. Like, nobody's immune, there's no such thing, nobody's immune from losses in trading, right? I don't care if you're Ken Griffin who makes billions of dollars a year, if you're the greatest trader on Wall Street, everyone takes losses. That's why you need a stop loss. Bro, Warren Buffett is 95 years old. Bro, what are you gonna do with that money? Give me some. 95, that's wild. Bro's almost a century old. 18K in this drop. Bruh. Ah! Bro, these... Oh, man. If I knew somehow, like, at least for the tournament accounts, if I knew somehow that tweet came out, if you got short, bro, I would have... God. Oh my gosh, if I would have just knew. That would have been the perfect trade for the tournament accounts. But that would have been hilarious. If I would have, like, imagine going short on the tournament account. Imagine going short, full size. I'll tell you exactly. We're like, dude, we're down right now. We're down. I mean, crap. We're down like 500 points. Right? We're down about 500 points on the tournament account. If I would have went in 10 contracts deep, hypothetically, 10 contracts deep, right, full size on this move, that would have been a... that would have been a $1 million short. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that P&L on the tournament at the end of the day when the numbers come in and your P&L on the tournament account is $1 million profit? God. If only I knew that would freaking... that would be such a crazy flex. I guess you kind of can. Like, can't you, like, think about it, right? Look how much, after this news dropped, look how much we still dropped. So if somebody literally had, like, if you had an indicator telling you exactly when Trump tweeted, it notified you of the news, and like the severity of how negative the news was, you could technically, you know, go short if the news is very negative, you know, predicting that this kind of crazy. This is very rare though. This is insanely rare. This does not happen often at all. So, God, that would have been funny. I'm actually curious to see in the tournament account. I can actually look right now. It doesn't update until afternoon, but I'm curious to see how many people blew up their accounts. Wait, last updated 10:50 a.m. 10:50 a.m. That was... This drop was 10:58. So the tournament numbers updated 10:50. This drop was 10:58. So there could be some people that could have made some crazy money or lost some crazy money. Damn. Did you make any money? Yeah, I took a short. I took a short way before this drop. My short, I'll tell you exactly when I went short. I went short. Where was it? Yeah, I went short like right here. Wait. It's kind of hard to see. Let me stretch it. Yeah, I went short right there. I went short right there. Right here I went short. And then I took profits. I took profits right here on this. Right where that line is. Right where that line is, that's where my take profit was. So I took full size off. And then this thing just ripped right back to the upside, and then we had that massive dump down. Ugh. What do you trade? NASDAQ. I was already short 2,000, then it dropped up 18. But if you held this, I don't see how somebody could like, unless you have like a take profit that's not like a set take profit, like kind of like, but like even if you had your limit order or something, like a drop like this would just fill your limit. So it's not like you could have predicted this move, right? You would still have your, like if you're a good trader, right? If you're a good trader, you're going to have your stop loss. You're going to have your take profit. So predicting something like this, unless you have, you know, like I said, a stop loss where you kind of market stop or you kind of limit stop, which I don't recommend, but that's kind of the only way I see. I wonder if there's any like whales, if there's any like big institutions shorting the market. I'm like curious to see who made, like I can assume that there's somebody out there that made just a shit ton of money on this drop right here. TJR caught it. No, he didn't, did he? No, he didn't. Did he really catch it? Well, actually, I wouldn't be surprised because the way he trades, he has different take profits. Look at his Insta. He has multiple take profits, so I can see him catching, but he scaled out. He didn't probably like hold full size till the very bottom. Wait, does he have an X? Does he have an X account? He does. Oh, he doesn't really post on X. Wild. Well, it's a good Friday. It's a bad Friday for those who longed. News? Yeah. Very bad news. Tariff. China news. Dude, this thing is still dropping. We're still going down. The market's moving like this because Trump tweeted some very negative news about China, about tariffs, and very bearish news. Yeah, I'll check. He'll post a video. I'll watch the video. He'll probably post it on YouTube or something. I like to watch other traders' videos to see, like, when I take a trade, and I like to see where other people took trades too. Like, trying to trade this is wild, dude. You can get wrecked so hard. Yeah. We got news. Breaking news. Bro, all these ads on Truth Social, bro. These are so annoying. Way too many ads. Oh, man. Trying to read some more. Hold on. Yeah, a lot of negative stuff in this Alright, where did I stop reading? I may read the whole thing. We have been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade hostility which came out of nowhere. Our relationship with China over the past 6 months has been a very good one, thereby making this move on a trade an even more surprising one. I have always felt that they've been lying in wait, and now, as usual, I have been proven right. There's no way that China should be allowed to hold the world captive. But that seems to have been their plan for quite some time. Starting with the, magnets and other elements that they have quietly amassed into somewhat of a monopoly position. A rather sinister and hostile move, to say the least, but the US has monopoly positions also. Much stronger and more far-reaching than China's. I have just not chosen to use them. There was never a reason for me to do so until now, is what he said. All exclamation point, bold letters. Until now! The letter they sent in many pages long and details with great specificity each and every element that they want to withhold from other nations. Things that they were routine and no longer routine at all. I've spoken to President, I don't know how you say his name, XI, because there was, I have not spoken to President because there was no reason to do so. This is a real surprise, not only to me, but all the leaders of the free world. I was to meet President Xi in 2 weeks at APEC in South Korea, but now there seems to be no reason to do so. The Chinese letters were especially inappropriate in that this was the day that After 3,000 years of Balaam and fighting, there is peace in the Middle East. I wonder if the timing was coincidental. Depending on China, what China says about the hostile order that they have just put out, I will be forced, as President of the United States of America, to financially counter their move. For every element that they have been able to monopolize, we have too. I never thought it would come to this, but perhaps, as with all things, the time has come. Ultimately, though potentially painful, it would be a very good thing in the end for the USA. One of the policies that we are calculating at this moment is a massive tariff, a massive increase of tariffs on Chinese products coming into the United States of America. There are many other countermeasures that are likewise under serious consideration. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Holy crap. That's not good. Be prepared for the market to be insane from here on out. I'm expecting the market to be like this. Crazy volatile. Monday next week. Unless something changes, I'm assuming the market is going to be insanely volatile this next couple. Considering, if any of you remember last time tariff news came out, what the market was like, it was freaking wild. This is exactly the same thing happening again. So be careful, the market could be going insane now. So make sure you size according. This next week coming up, make sure you size accordingly. Don't over risk. Don't go too crazy. Very easy to get tilted on days where the market's going insane. Very, very, very bearish news. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we could get a circuit breaker today. We're down already we're down 2.3% in the market. 2.3%. This is not good. This is very bad. I mean, he literally said, where is it? He said, and I quote, "We are calculating at this moment is a massive increase of tariffs on Chinese products coming to the United States. A massive increase in tariffs." And you know, when Trump says massive, God. Ugh. Why can't we ever get, like, as soon as we get some good news about the Middle East, boom, you get struck with some horrible news. God, man. I mean, for me, it's like, I'll have to size down like crazy, probably. No. I am definitely not taking any more trades today. This is wild to take trades right now. For the rest of I already took my trade before this whole crap rolled out. I took my short. I took my short here. I took a short, took profits. It pumped up a little bit and dropped like crazy. I mean, this thing was looking like it wanted to continue going up until we got that bad news. But yeah, somebody say, bro, I blew my account today. Stop losses, man. You have to have a stop loss. If you blew your account, hopefully, and you didn't have a stop loss, or I don't know why you blew it, but Stop losses are very important. I can't say that enough. I'm just mad I could have... This was my opportunity to win the tournament. My one and only opportunity to win the tournament. And freaking I couldn't have known. There's no way I would have known that Trump was going to tweet something like this. Yeah, I got out. You got out early, bro. I got out right here. I went short. Literally, my short was right here. Right here. This candle right here is where I went short. Bro, if my stops, if I just like, all right, just left it on the table. And then I took profits right at this dump down, this initial leg down, this right here, at the bottom of this dump, I took profits. So, and then I was debating on if I should leave a runner or not, but looking back now, even if I left a runner, my runner would have gotten stopped out break even. So, but yeah, dude, that's freaking, look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You're witnessing history right now. You are witnessing history. Oh, we're starting to get some form of structure change. Please do not... Look at this. It just rips, and then you're going to get a massive dump back down. Like, it's moving 10 points in, like, a second. What the heck? Sorry. It's moving like 10 points in like a second. Just curious to see what this is like. This is very interesting to me. I'm seeing what this does. Like, now we're getting a massive rip to the upside. Yeah, there was news. Oh, sorry, I'm reading something different. I don't know why this chat, it keeps, Yeah, it's you can't look at, one thing you can't do, you can't look at a move like this and go, oh my gosh, if I would have held my trade, I would have made X amount of dollars. All you could do is stick to your plan. That's it. There's no, like, don't become that person that tries to, like, every time price moves, like, you know, way more than you took profit. Because there's going to be a time where, also, what could have happened, right? You took profits and it could have ripped to the upside. And then you wouldn't be mad about that. Missing out, like, fear of missing out is, like, a real thing. Is all you could do in trading is have a plan, stick to your plan. If you stuck to your plan, that's all you could be happy about. There's no way of predicting something like this. How would you have known that Trump was going to tweet something negative like this? And that's why you have stop losses also. Why so many people preach about having stop losses. Especially during Trump. You never know what can come out. Something like this comes out and boom. Like, imagine if you have a funded account and you're working your way up. You're building your funded account. You've been building it up for months to try to get a payout. And you're so close to a payout. And then all of a sudden you maybe don't have a stop loss, or you cancel your stop loss, and you could blow, by not having a stop loss, you can blow months of hard work in a matter of minutes by not having a stop loss in a move that like this happens. I keep saying it because I don't want people to go through that. Like, I want somebody to be able to see something like this and go, holy crap, I am never, ever, ever going to cancel a stop loss or not have a stop loss. So, all right, what time is it? I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. So if you have any questions, Apex is still 80% off. Take profit, I think, is still 40% off. Let me see. 80% off for Apex, $85 activation fees. Yeah, 40% off for Take Profit. They're pretty much the same price. Getting a pullback. Could this be a move back on up? Fell to hell. I knew something was wrong, bro. When this thing, I was like, when this thing started falling like this, I literally got up and I'm like, bro, is it the end of the world? What the hell just happened? Something happened. And that's what's crazy about the market is you could be just watching price action and then you see the market start to tank like this and your immediate thought is like, oh crap, like something happened. You know something happened. And you're just like going on news trying to figure out what the heck is going on. What was your overall bias? I was short biased. I took a short and I took profits before this dump. I mean, this dump is not price action. This is just news. So, like, kind of disregard this dump. This dump means nothing. Like, just because I was short biased in this, you know, like, for all you know, price maybe wanted to continue going up for all-time highs, but this news caused it to just dump. But yeah, I was short biased. Shorts were pretty strong in the morning. I took a short. I covered at this bottom right here. So I covered at the bottom of that range. Was it red folder? No, it wasn't any like folder news. It was Trump. Trump came out and I quote, "We're raising tariffs on China massively. Tariffs are massively going up on China." And I'm quoting this directly from what Trump said. Right? We are calculating at this moment a massive increase of tariffs on Chinese products coming into the United States. We're calculating at this moment a massive increase in tariffs. Yeah, this dump is not price action. This dump is news. So yeah, it was a tweet. The first minute he tweeted that, we started the dump. Man. All right, let's see what's happening with price. All right, we're starting to get a change in structure right now. Right? We kind of had this high put in. We broke out of this high. Bullish imbalance. Now we're tapping into that bullish imbalance. Now we're starting to kind of go higher. But you don't know. That's the thing. You don't know when this thing could just dump back down. Or is this thing going to go all the way back up? You don't know. I mean, I doubt it goes all the way back up to where we were, considering how negative the news was. But who knows? Yeah, this could just be pulling up higher just to sell off even more. Double bottom? Double bottom where? I mean, here it kind of, yeah, it made a low, kind of failed to make a new low, tapped it again, and then ripped back up. This is not a bad trade, honestly, right here. But it's like, yeah, looking in hindsight, but how this thing is moving, I don't know. Catching longs in a market like this is scary as hell. I was bullish for gold, but I took profits at 3,990 and it goes up the same. NASDAQ going. Are you not bothered that you could have been crazy up right now and you didn't sell? No, I'm not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by it because there's no way of me knowing that. Like if you saw when I came into the market today, right? What I said was the only way this day can turn bad is if I break my rules. Like, even hypothetically saying, even if I held this trade all the way to the bottom, I would not necessarily be happy about that trade because I would have needed to break my rules in order to do that. So, not really the smartest thing to do. I mean, there's no way I could have predicted Trump tweeting very negative news at 10:57. I took a short based on price action, right? Up here. Crap. I took a short based on price action up here and made my money. I made the money I was looking to get out of the market, and, you know, and that was pretty much it. So I'm not mad at all. One thing is kind of bugging me. Like, if I would have known, bruh, at least the tournament account, if I would have reset that tournament account and somehow, you know, maybe saw this negative news and just YOLO'd that tournament account, I would have definitely placed first place. But what happened? We're raising tariffs massively. Trump posted a tweet that we're raising tariffs on China massively. So, tariffs are going up massively on China. That's why. That's why this is going on. Who got first place? No, it's not over yet. It's over at the end of the day. Here, give me a second. I'll be back in less than a minute. Yeah, see, look at this. Yeah, we're pretty far away from all-time highs now. Buys here? I would not be trying to, I don't know, man. Trying to long this bearish news type of day, I don't know, it's not smart. Do what you want, but like trying to catch longs, I mean, you could catch longs, there are opportunities, but you got to be so careful, very disciplined, because this thing is moving like crazy. I'm gonna hop off at in a couple minutes if you have any questions. But yeah, next week may be a crazy week unless something happens. Next week may be crazy. Like, why couldn't Trump wait to post this after market closes? Like, he's done that before. He's not put out news before. He puts it out sometimes on the weekend to not affect the market too much. Like, why would you put it out right now in the morning? Like, you couldn't wait? You couldn't wait to put this kind of news out after the market closes already? I don't get why he couldn't have waited. He's done it before, I think. I'm pretty sure he's done it before to where he's not put out news. He waited till the weekend to put something out to not affect the market too much. What confluences do you trade? I trade multiple. I have a couple strategies that I use. I use the 5-minute range. So I kind of got a setup here this morning. On the 5-minute, I kind of moved. I don't know where that 5-minute range is. Hold on. Man, that was a crazy day. Crazy day. All right. Yeah, I went short. We were kind of, right? We had a massive sell-off. This 5-minute, let me delete this because it's confusing me. Right, we had this 5-minute range here. We kind of took out, also, we took out pre-market highs up there. Started to sell off massively. Saw these imbalances here. Crap. It was this There was, that's the high of the 5-minute range. The low of the 5-minute range is like down here. I don't know exactly. I'm not going to go back to the 5-minute. The low of the 5-minute range is down here. So that we pushed back into the 5-minute range. Had a bearish imbalance right there. I knew it was a little bit risky because we had view op to break through. I knew we could chop a little bit. But I was willing to put the risk on the table considering we took out pre-market highs up there. And I figured we could go down for these lows before we continue going to pre-market, to all-time highs. So took a short right at that kind of very small imbalance. Took a short there. My take profit was kind of like down here. This body candle low down there. I took profits. So pretty much it filled me in. Took profits and then this thing ripped back to the upside. Kind of hovered back to my break even and then dropped because of news. There was also another type of trade kind of that I look for is we broke out of the 5-minute. I did not take this trade on my other accounts, but broke out of the 5-minute, had this bullish imbalance right there, kind of taking a long, potentially like a quick scalp because, very quick scalp off that bullish imbalance just for like the highs right there, body candle highs. Another strategy that I use on my other accounts, but same thing happened with last tariff. Yeah, that's all I'm saying is like if the market doesn't, if nothing else happens and the market stays like this for for weeks now, this is gonna be crazy because I gotta be careful because last time I'm gonna be honest with you guys, last time I got wrecked by the tariffs. This was happening, this kind of price action, last tariffs were happening like every single day. We would be getting this kind of swings in the market. And you can kind of see it's very easy to get wrecked on days like this where, you got to be very careful about your position sizing, how much you're risking, size down, be very careful. So what I'm saying is this could be the volatility from here on out for the next week or so, or even more until something changes. Or maybe we I hope it dies down. I hope things go back to the way they were and not stay crazy like this. But we'll see Monday. Monday's going to be interesting, what's going to happen. But it was definitely on purpose. Someone made a lot of money. Yeah, it is weird to me. It's very weird to me why Trump would announce this during, right now. It's I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Something like this could have waited. Could this have not waited until, at least 5 o'clock until the market closed already? It could definitely have waited. Why he chose to do this right now and put it out during market to cause this kind of massive panic sell, I have no idea. He announced massive increase in tariffs on China. And when I say massive, he used the word massive. So I'm not making that up. You can read his tweet on Truth Social. So pretty scary stuff going on right now. It's like one conflict gets solved and then something else pops up. Like, bro, when is this? Why can't people just live at peace? Why can't we just all, you know? Why do we have to fight? Everyone fights over land, power, money. It sucks. It freaking sucks. The sad reality of all this kind of stuff, of wars and stuff like that, the sad reality is people make money, right? The United States make money off wars. It's not, you know, it's not a theory, it's a fact. So, it's sad, but I wish we could all just, you know, who cares? Let them have their land. Let's keep our land. We don't touch them. They don't touch us. You know? But we rely way too heavy on them. That's the thing. Is like, we rely very heavily on China. I mean, come on. Everything is made in China. It's been low volume all week. Government shutdown. Bull trap. News is just an excuse. I don't know. I'm curious if this news was purposely put out like this. Because like I said, there's no reason he should have put this out during market hours. He's done that before. I'm pretty sure he's done that before where certain news events he's waited till the weekend to announce something because he doesn't want it to affect the market. Why you would announce this like this knowing that this is... Come on, he knew that this would cause the market to panic sell like crazy. He knew it. Unless he's doing... I don't know. He's not stupid. That's the thing. Trump isn't stupid. He knew that putting this news out right now would cause the market to sell off like crazy. He knew it. So, he did it on purpose. He's not stupid. He did it on purpose. He announced it right now on purpose. So, why he did that? Could there be some conspiracy theories about maybe some people knowing that he was going to announce this and having a short... But, like, that's very easy to... Isn't that easy to prove? Hypothetically, like, looking into... Every person that has a major position has to announce their position. So it's like... If somebody gets into a short position, a $50 million short position, a couple minutes before news comes out, or, like, very close till news, it starts to become iffy. Like, you never take short positions until then. Why? You know? So it's... I don't know. Oh, it's definitely a buying opportunity for like long-term investors. For long-term investors, this thing is a massive buying opportunity too, for sure. Right? This is tariff news. I mean, let's face it, right? Eventually, could this thing probably gonna blow over like last tariff news? Most likely, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. How long this is gonna last, I don't know, but eventually the market's gonna kind of factor in this news. We're gonna start to market's gonna factor it in, and we're probably gonna start making higher highs again eventually. Eventually the market's gonna start going up. So this is a massive buying opportunity for investors that hold long term, right? For people that are like retirement accounts and stuff like that. These dips are like crazy buying opportunities for people. It's not financial advice, I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree. I would not mess with anything right now. I don't care if I see a good setup, I'm not taking it right now. This is like way too volatile. We gotta let this thing calm down. Hopefully by Monday this thing calms down a little bit. Yeah, I'm live every single day. I'm live on YouTube and TikTok. There's a link in my I have it linked by like under the disclaimer. I have my... I gotta start making more YouTube content. I've been kind of putting off YouTube content. I've been busy. I want to make a video about one of the strategies I use. Start making more content. Maybe have daily recaps. Oh, is market closed Monday? Bro, is the market? Oh, crap. I didn't know that. Oh, man. That sucks. What's Monday? That's... Today's what? Friday, so it would be 13th? What? October 13th. Wait, I don't see it. October? Am I tripping? Yeah, it's 13th. I'm looking. 2025. January, February, April, May, June, July, September. No, it's open. Market's open on Monday. There's no market holiday on Monday. I'm looking right now. It's for 2025, Independence Day, July 4th. Then we have September 1st was Labor Day. Market was closed. Thanksgiving, November 27th. That's the next one. September, and then from September 1st, it goes to November 27th. Market is closed for Thanksgiving. No, you're good. I have Columbus Day. I know it was Columbus Day. Yeah, this was definitely because of Trump. Well, technically because of China, but he did not have to release this on a freaking 10 a.m. on Monday, the freaking most time where everyone is trading. I don't know, man. Unless there's something I don't know where he needed to do it. I was looking at economic calendar and seeing it was a holiday, so oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes the market, you have days where like sometimes the market closes early. Like the market will be open, but it'll close at like 1 p.m. I still don't, even when the market is open, but it closes early, I still don't trade days like that typically. Pretty much anytimes the banks, the major banks and stuff are closed. Are the banks closed Monday? We may not have, but who knows? Because paired with this negative like market sentiment, even if banks are closed, we still may get some pretty good volatility. Yeah, watching the VIX isn't bad. I mean, it's smart to watch the VIX too. All right, I gotta go. It's already 12 o'clock. I got a lot of stuff to do today still. I have to go eat and I gotta start working. So, all right, let's see. We're pretty much chopping right now. Let me have CPI the 22nd or so. CPI, yeah, we'll play it by when day by day. But all right. I'll be back Monday. So hopefully don't screw up and go don't screw up and what's it called? And overtrade and blow your account on this. Don't catch a falling knife. We're in a very like weird time where, right? This crazy news, you're kind of guessing. I mean, there's not really any. It's better to stay out of it, right? And just come back Monday. So I'll be back. So yeah, y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe.